Hello and welcome to the Railway Children Sleepout. I'm Katie, the events manager for Railway Children, and on behalf of the charity and all the children and families we work with, I just want to say thank you for joining us here tonight. I also need to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Volker Rail, and to Network Rail, and all our amazing Sleepout ambassadors for their support in making this event happen. You're joining over 300 people across the country taking part in this event in London, Manchester, Leeds, Derby, Birmingham and Glasgow. And together your efforts and the vital funds raised really will make a difference to the lives of vulnerable children. It's probably going to be quite a cold and uncomfortable night, but it's nothing compared to the hardship faced by so many children around the world so often. Our charity works with those children, the ones that find themselves alone and at risk on the stations and streets of India, Tanzania and also here in the UK. Some of them are running away from difficult situations. Some are running towards danger even if they don't know it. And some are even suffering with such poor mental health that they're going to the station to harm themselves. But that's where we come in. Our teams are on the ground making sure to reach them first. We make sure they are safe and then work with them and their families to make sure they stay safe for good. In the UK, we have a partnership with British Transport Police who refer the children they come across in danger on the rail network to us. It means we can make contact and intervene before it's too late, and it genuinely is life-saving work. But don't just take my word for it. Detective Superintendent Richard Mann from British Transport Police can explain what a difference it makes.
Here in the UK, it's often hard to accept that there are so many children at risk compared to other countries. But even though they might not look dishevelled, hungry or obviously homeless, and therefore they might be harder to spot, it doesn't mean that some children here aren't just as desperate for help. British Transport Police now deal with well over 10,000 children a year who are found at a railway station or on the railway network and are considered to be at risk and in need of protection and safeguarding. We realise that children will often use trains as a means to run away from abuse and neglect, to escape bullies or to seek new adventures. Sometimes they're being lured into danger, maybe by someone they've met online, or they're being exploited into transporting drugs or money around the country by criminal gangs. And tragically, as we know, children may even resort to using the railway network as a way to try and end their own life. Today, children seem to face more pressures, face greater risks and are more vulnerable than ever before. But they are still children and they really do have the most to lose, literally the rest of their lives. And it's clear from academic research that exposure to adverse childhood experiences will have profound and enduring negative consequences throughout their adulthood. The good news is that railway children outreach workers can work with these children and grasp the opportunities to try and help them, to improve their life chances and enable better outcomes for them. The team focus on promoting well-being, developing positive relationships, building resilience and explaining how to avoid risk. But it takes time, skill and continuity to achieve these real benefits. The work of railway children is crucial, as by reaching these children before they become entrenched in crime and exploitation or are lost in the system, they can make a real difference. That's why BTP so values our partnership with railway children. We are reliant upon railway children to deliver such an important service, providing the right support at the right time to young people who need it most. I know that as a charity, they receive huge support from across the railway sector and from individuals such as yourselves. So I want to add my thanks to you for all being here tonight at the Sleepout. The money you are raising will make such a difference to improve the lives of so many children, and you should feel very proud about what you're doing to support such a worthy cause. Many of you already fully appreciate and understand how vital the work of this amazing charity is. But here's Joanna Buckley from Avanti West Coast to tell you a bit more about the difference it makes to their teams and across the railway community.
At Avanti West Coast, we've had a partnership with Railway Children for some time and we're really proud of everything we've achieved together. We have a great working relationship with the team, and they have made a huge difference to all of our colleagues and so many others across the railway industry to how they respond to children who are at risk. With Railway Children's help, we launched the Safeguarding on Transport programme this year, and this training is already really helping our frontline colleagues to know what to look out for. It's made them aware of how to identify and how to respond to vulnerable children and young people in danger on and around the transport system, and to know where to signpost them to get the support they need. Through our Customer and Community Investment Scheme, we are delighted to have been able to provide funding to the charity that will enable them to keep running their new project at Birmingham New Street for a further 2 years. This means that together with their projects in London, the North West and Yorkshire, they're now creating a safety network to protect vulnerable children and young people. Many Avanti colleagues have taken part in challenge events for railway children both here in the UK and overseas. And not only does this raise awareness of the charity, but vital funds too. Each experience is unique to the individual, but all have been moved to see firsthand the fantastic work the charity does, as well as the impact the projects deliver. So to give you more of an idea of the life-changing difference it makes, you're going to hear from Zenobia Talati next, who's one of the project workers from Railway Children and who deals with the young people referred to them firsthand and supports them to deal with all manner of issues. Good luck to everyone sleeping down at Glasgow Central tonight, and if you're bedding down, come and say hello.
Hi everyone, and thanks so much for joining the Sleepout tonight. I'm Zenobia, and I've been working with Railway Children for almost 4 years, and I'm based in London. Our project here takes referrals directly from the British Transport Police when they find young people who are vulnerable and at risk on the rail and tube network. We never know what these young people will be facing and what challenges we'll have to deal with. Every day is different. But what we do know is that there are literally thousands of young people across the country facing very difficult situations every day. I've worked with young people living in real poverty at home. I know some families that struggle to buy food and pay for their heating. A lot of the referrals are for young people who are experiencing real mental health issues. Some are self-harming or suffering from anxiety and panic attacks, or there are others that have been sectioned for their own safety. BTP sometimes find young people who have run away, maybe to get away from bullying or abuse. There are a lot who get caught up in exploitation and county line gangs. When we get the details of these young people, we follow up with them and make contact to see how we can help them and keep them safe from harm. One of the brilliant things about the project is that it's not time limited, so we can provide the support and a safe space for young people for as long as they need us. And it really does work. In some of the cases I've had, the young person has totally turned their life around, and it's great to see them become so much happier and to know that their life is heading in a better direction. Thanks to our help, and thanks to people like you. We wouldn't be able to do any of that without your support. By joining the Sleepout tonight, you are making a huge impact on these vulnerable young people's lives. So, from all of them and everyone at Railway Children, thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone who's taken part in our Sleepout this year. You've been brilliant, and you've raised lots of money to help many, many vulnerable children. Thank you.